Yo, microphone test 1 2 1 2. Microphone test 1 2 1 2. Yo, microphone test 1 2 1 2. Microphone test 1 2 1 2. All right. What's good? We just waiting for Soren to pop in, man. We had to start the stream. It's 7 o'clock. Z, can you grab my charger real quick? What's going on, YouTube? You already know it's your boy D Green. It's the Wave Factory. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about tonight. Just give me 2 seconds, and we're gonna get started here in a sec. Tonight, microphone test 2 1 2. Microphone test Soren. Where you at, big dog? All right, chat. That was just Soren sounds. He's hopping on right now. Basically, we're going to talk about a bunch of things tonight. I see the title. I don't know if you've seen it. It says, "Did sampling kill modern music?" Um, Gonna be a interesting topic to talk about. I think I got mixed opinions on this a lot. So feel free to type your answers in the chat, your opinions. We love it. Go ahead and hit us with a like and subscribe. I'm gonna load up the chat. So what up? What up? Yup, let them roll in. Oh, that's cool. So it's 7 p.m. on the West Coast. So it means it's 10 p.m. on the East Coast. Hope y'all having a good evening thus far. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about on the Wave Factory. I need my meters too. I realized I don't got my meters up. Where are my meters at? Oh yeah, we need. I knew. I knew. I knew the stream was missing something. It was missing the waves. This was happens. So happens when you take a few days off. Um, things get messed up. We gonna wait for Soren and we gonna get into it. Meanwhile, let's do an audio feed test. So I'm starting up some drums, some nice 100 BPM. Now, actually, I think I dropped it down to 97. Um, I'll tell you what though. Gem that I just sharing at the Wave Factory. We like to talk about everything: songwriting, mixing. Just for our mixers out there, if you ever working on a kick drum, I mean, it just sounds really boxy. It just sounds real professional. Which was happening to me the other day. It felt like my kick drum just felt very amateur. It felt like it just it didn't hit. It didn't sound clean. Um, so what I did was I put out this EQ. Ignore this one. But let me try to make this big screen, full screen, real quick, and make this a little bigger. Um, this frequency right here, band number 2, and it looks like it's at 170 hertz. This really changed my kick drum. Um, very dense, very boxy, but they're very clean. Um, very hi-fi. And then if you look at the EQ here, a lot of professional mixers like myself, we like to do like moves in tandem because you got to be thinking about balance. And if I remove something somewhere, or basically like if I take the weight off of if I have something that's balanced with, the same amount of weight on each side, and then I take away some of the weight on one side, what's going to happen? The other side is going to, go up. So we're off balance. And so we need to do some other things to create the off balance. Yeah. And so you see this move right here with the EQ, right here giving a boost at 770 hertz, and that is where the other sweet spot of the kick drum that I listen to. If we just listen to an audition real quick, we can listen. Actually, I'm sorry, it's the kick. And then if we listen, if I just hold this band point, kind of like the pop and the life of the kick, where it's really going to be cutting through the record. Let's listen to the bunk that we took out. Yeah, see that woof sound on the kick. It just sounds gross. Um, it's not it's not pleasing to the ear, and it leaves more room for bass because 170 hertz. That's getting around like low subharmonic bass, not sub, but bass, and that's bass lines that we can perceive, not necessarily feel. So then I do that dip there. I get rid of some of that because there's a lot of actual body that carries in that kick drum right there in that frequency pocket. A lot of body on the kick, but then I grabbed the life part and boosted that. I could probably crank that a little bit more. I was very light and delicate with it. Sometimes it's okay to be heavy-handed. Prefer y'all to be heavy-handed with this, with your knobs and your EQing. But if not, uh, very light and delicate always wins the race. We just waiting for Soren Sounds here at the Wave Factory. I don't know what he got going on. I'm calling him out. He bugging today. He's fashionably late. This fool better have the flyest outfit on I've ever seen in my life. This is cool. So I got some running noise in the background, so my microphone is still picking up. So that's why we can just chill and sit here and watch this waveform kind of pump. Big shout out to everybody coming into the Wave Factory. It's your boy Dimitri Green. We are just waiting for my partner Soren Sounds so we can talk about it. Tonight's topic is did sampling kill modern music, or hip hop? Um, just a little bit of sampling, taking a piece of an existing record and using it for something new. Um, it's funny the irony of this because I'm gonna argue that sampling created hip hop. So I can't necessarily say that it killed it. It was the birth of it at the end of the day. But that was in 1970 when it started. It wasn't in 2025. Um, the way that records are being sampled, the classic records are being sampled and re-delivered this day and age are just, I mean, it's safe to say I hate them. It's been a while since I listened to a redone record and I'm like, okay, they did this. They did this. They did this sample justice. They did this record justice. Um, and we're gonna kick it off like that. Like it's gonna be real fun tonight. It's gonna be real fun tonight. Um, Me personally, as a producer, I stay away from sampling, uh, just because I don't want the problems. Um, but it's been tough. I've been caught. I mean, I guess I can't say I stay away from sampling because I have loops and um, Honestly, I use everybody else's drums, and I have Splice subscriptions, and all that stuff is still sampling, at the end of the day. But the kind of sampling we're talking about like crafting the melody or just taking, part of the melody. I wish we could really see, this is a hard topic also to talk about because of YouTube copyright strikes and whatnot, and us being able to play music that isn't owned by us, but it's like we have to try to manipulate it to enough to where it's unrecognizable um, to the original creator, or just somebody who just knows the song. I'm gonna resend Soren the Zoom link tonight. For night, he bugging out. Did sampling kill modern music is the topic tonight. Put your comments in the chat. Let me know what you think. We're going to get into this topic once my partner taps in with me, and we're going to go back and forth on this. Did sampling kill hip hop? Did it kill modern music? Is what I want to know. Throw it in the chat right now. Let's talk about it. Soren is getting ready to pop in. Me and him are gonna probably go at it, have a really good, healthy discussion about it. But I want to know from y'all: did sampling kill modern music? Did it help it, or did it deflate? We're not even. My brain is going in so many places right now. I'm over here thinking about how much. Actually, nah. I'm 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 going with no. I can't. I just can't. Everybody's using everybody's stuff. It actually makes music better. Actually, to be real with you, it actually makes music better. Soren Sounds, your co host is lonely. Yo, so we've been growing here at the Wave Factory. We've been trying to go every week, but we don't make any chip from YouTube, so therefore we have to have regular jobs and do what regular people do until we can get, you know, we can just do this full time. Say what's up to Zeke. But for now, we do our best to get on every day and have a good discussion. Um, Drop your favorite dog in the comments. If you working on any music, drop your links, drop your socials. We want to see it all here at the Wave Factory. We want to check out music. We got some segments coming up. We want to rate your music. We want to dive into your mixes. We want to fix your mixes. We want to dive into your songwriting, your beats, man. So we're gonna start having segments and shows where we take our viewers' tracks and we really rock with them. I finally booked another mix gig. So I'm going to be going through a new record, a new mix, giving you the start to finish process of how I think, how I approach it, and I'm going to be using a new AI tool to help me organize. So I'm really excited about that because, one thing about me is when I pull up a session to work on, I really have to understand the song and really understand the story of where and how this record was created. And if you just look at a professional producer session or a professional engineer session, you could really get a decent timeline on what they actually did, how they did it, maybe where they started from, you know, uh, why they made it this way and why it so and you can if you really you know immerse yourself into the music, into the sound in your job, as a mix engineer, you can really get a sense on what they were thinking. And a lot of the time you leave the sessions just like, more so just so impressed by how talented their producers are and creatives in the world, and how they're able to come up with different records, because we're all using the same 12 notes. We're all using the same notes, but yet, we're all using strings, we're all using basses, we're all using, flutes, we're all using, drums, snares, hi-hats, cymbals, everything under the sun that everybody else has used, but yet we still have 150,000 new songs being uploaded every single day. And that's just the Spotify. I don't even want to know what the YouTube numbers is looking like. It's gonna be crazy. Soren, I've never he's never been fashionably late this much. Did sampling kill modern music is the topic tonight at the Wave Factory. Type your thoughts in the chat below. I can't wait to see what we are talking about. I can't wait to see what the viewers is talking about. For now, maybe we just work on some drums. We just work on the drums a little bit more. So I was listening to these hi hats, and I just feel like they don't move as much as I would want them to. So I really want to try to make a move a little bit more. Yeah. See, that felt like it moved. It didn't felt like a complete sentence. It felt new. One thing is, if we want to make it even more new, is we start messing with the pitch. Um, I've already kind of sampled this, or I'm in a sampler, so it's already mapped out on a key scale. So I will get, I'll get pitch changes. Yeah. Uh. Maybe actually let's just use the down arrow. Yeah. Let's just actually just do a walk down from rip. There we go. I don't like that. Now it just feels boring. Do I do like just need some bop. And I gotta, as these velocities are going down, I think, or the pitch is going down, I think I want to make the velocity go down instead of going up. Because as the velocity is getting higher, as this pitch is going lower, the hi hat is starting to sound very, very heavy. Mm, mm, like that. Okay, so that's cool. Feels good, right? I don't want to complicate it too much, but I definitely took this basic line, hi hat line that sounded like this, and turned it to. So immediately that's cool, right? But you may think that I want to use this around the whole entire record. No, I'm still going to utilize this. I'm going to use these for verses, and I'm going to use this for hype sections now. Now they have two different types. I got some contrast with my hi-hats, right? Just because, you may redo it or may do it a little bit better doesn't mean that the first pattern that you created can't work in the record. Why not throw it in the intro? Right? Why not use both? Why does it have to be such a dualistic like thinking when it comes to the creativity? There's no rules. What's this though? Well, I guess that sample isn't playing. That's fine. Soren has yet to come in and talk about what we want to talk about. That's totally all right, though. That's totally okay. We ain't here vibing tonight. I think I want to do like want to do that. Do that signature iconic like clap DJ Mustard kind of roll up. Kind of does it. It's almost in kind of that range here. Let's do this. I'm gonna make a duplicate. Just delete this MIDI. Just grab this MIDI. Bring that over. See, those sound cool up there though to me. So I think the clap will good there. We just have to make sure that we have the velocity rising as it goes up. And I think that's what creates the signature sound with the claps kind of running together as they rise up, but they get a little bit more intense. See, I'm curious why that's there. Boom, we just keep it there. Yeah, and then we'll just go here and we'll just drag down this clap actually. There. Let me see it. Okay. But I think it goes a little faster, doesn't it? But all the velocities are a little messed up, so it's not getting that smooth like rise up that we're looking for. Hey. Mm, 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 mm. So right now, I don't know why something is just telling me to group the drums together. Normally, I don't like to. Normally, I don't necessarily am like a huge fan of grouping, my drums together. I like to keep them separate, or at least a kick and a clap. But lately it's been good, and I'm gonna use. I'm gonna bring out good old standard clip. This to me is probably to me one of the best clippers in the game, y'all. To be honest with you, um, super easy to use. You could really see what you're doing. Keep your gain at 0, and you could just kind of drag this down. And you could just start clipping the drums. I love this visual right here. It just lets me know how much transient I'm actually shaving off. As you can see, I'm really doing a lot of work on that kick drum, really shaving off those transients. And I don't know if you know what the purpose of a clipper is, but the purpose of a clipper is, again, to change the dynamic range of something without it changing the sound. That's really the like the meta of the clipper, right? So if we listen to it like this, nice and round, pretty dynamic. This is a little bit tighter. But one thing that will happen though is look at all this true DBFS full scale peaks that, especially on the clap too. It's why is that clap? Ah, I get it. The kick and the clap are hitting at the same time. That's why we're getting this huge spike of energy right when they hit together. So, really controlling the dynamics there, really shaving off a lot of dynamic range, but you see how I'm not like the sound isn't being obliterated. It's making it a little bit grittier, which I do like, which does well for the urban records. It does well for the hip hop, and it just does overall well for my taste and my sound, most importantly. But yeah, this clipper, super easy. Jason Joshua put this on. You got this saturator if you want a little bit. You got can like re-get your gain up a little bit. This is your gain going into excuse me. This gain is your input gain. So I like to keep that at 0 because if you've already gain staged it the correct way in your original part, like over here, you should have no. You should need to push into the limiter um, any hotter than what it is, right? And so all you do is just pull down the clip, get a nice squash, right? Trim all these crazy hairs that are coming up. But another thing that's what's gonna happen is your limiter is gonna be so happy, uh, and I'm gonna tell you why, right? Because what is it doing? It's monitoring large, heavy peaks. And if you have less amount of true peak, you'll get less compression. So now your records will actually be louder. That's the main meta of it. So shaving off this dynamic range, keeping the drums intact, and when I make my final push into the limiter, I'm gonna be a lot louder than what I'm going to be a lot louder because I'm going to get way less compression and gain reduction from my compressors or any other thing that does any dynamic control. So there is one thing I want to change based on right there. So they hit together. I wanna make that kick just a little bit more dominant in that moment. Uh, mm, how about we just, you know what I'm doing? I'm doing it on the kick, y'all. Jeez. Ha. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. See how much more clean that moment sounds? Clean. Let's hear it one more time. Woo. That's filthy. Mm. I'm on right now. Uh, yeah, that feels good. Actually, the fade is a little too drastic just when I heard it in context. That's another thing you want to do. You want to just go back and listen to your changes in context of the entire thing. Uh, That's nice. So I like that. I heard something. I'm gonna show y'all a really neat compression trick. Um, that a lot of top mixers are doing with their drums, that you're probably not doing. And before you grill me, it's a sidechain technique, but it's sidechains on drum instruments that you probably wouldn't think. So I'm actually gonna sidechain the hi-hats, okay? Um, I'm gonna sidechain the hi-hats to the clap. Okay, that's what's gonna happen. So when every time the clap hits, the hi hat is gonna duck momentarily, very quickly, just getting out the way. And it's gonna add a little more bounce to the hi hat. It's gonna add a little bit more glue to my entire drum performance. Yeah, this is a hack I've been doing. I've been doing this for a minute now, actually. And the magic is also in the attack and release. So in Ableton, you just have your side chain right here, and you just go hi hat, right? So if I pull up the R compressor, if I'm not okay, so that didn't work here. Oh, I think we have to turn the side chain on. No, it should go. Wait, so I turn on side chain. Oh my goodness. Wait. No, that's it. That's it. I'm sidechaining it to itself. Y'all, gosh, what is wrong with me? Here we go. There we go. Okay. So now, every time the clap hits, you're seeing compression. But that's happening on the hi-hat, right? Listen. See, now if I change the release and I make it a little bit longer, that hi-hat is taking a little bit longer to get back to full volume. So now it kind of creates a little, like a push and, it's like almost like a push and pull, like a little bit more groove right there. Even a longer release, like if I went like with an opto release, or just very quickly in the way and out. But always, so from now on, whenever you're mixing, side chain your hi hats, side chain the clap to your hi-hats. Yep. And Soren is officially out right now. So here we go. Now, also, I also like to think about, is there any other drums hitting at the same time, right? Want to keep maintaining those transients. So I can do the same thing right here. That that cymbal hits at the same time as my kick drum. I really want that kick drum driving the record. So let's do the same thing. Let's bring in that compressor. Let's sidechain it to the kick drum now, which is track 8. I'll pull up the compressor. Here it is so we can see. There you go. Now it's really exaggerated. Well, we don't want it. We don't want that as extreme. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that's really smooth. That's tasty. That's tasty sidechain compression. Now start to get a little tasteful with your compression, right? Start to really hear and feel the groove that a compressor can, add and enhance to your records. Big shout out to everybody tuning into the Wave Factory. It's your boy Dimitri Green. I'm kicking it with my ghost friend Soren Sounds tonight. I don't know what he's doing. I wonder if he's having technical difficulties or whatnot, but we're gonna wish him well. Hopefully I hear from him and we're gonna get in here and talk about tonight's topic. But until then, shoot, I guess we should just make some music. Trying to think. Is this the chords? Nah, this sound doesn't play chords. But cool, just single note melody sound. Mm. Okay. That's kind of cool. Uh, quick little melody. Yeah, let's just quantize it. Sound better. just gotta change that 808 because it's got this weird like little flop on it. I don't know what it is. Or do I just? This was totally an accident, but I ended up liking it. But maybe happy accident, just kept it. Didn't expect it. Why not? We need to make that first 808 nice and so I'm adding an extra note just right here, just for some tension. Let me just go back. See, I'm over the sound. But that's crazy how much that Valhalla reverb just adds to the sound of that. What maybe what this needs is just need a little filter, little. I would do a glide. So looks like this 808 isn't gonna let me glide it how I want it. So like just for the second half of the hook, I think I just want like another instrument to come in with this same. It sounded better when it was in solo versus when it was in context of the record. So it's going. It's Miss Sound is going bye bye. I want to hear. I'm really hearing like some strings or something coming. Yeah, something like that. So I want this. How much energy gets lost in it? So this turned out a whole different way than what I wanted to do. But I think it's time, like, see, let's sample a little bit. Maybe a little bit longer sustains. See, I don't. feels really good. That feels really good. See, oh man, I gotta make sure. So as of right now, sampling just made my beat better. Let's see if this. Mm. Let's hear out of that sample. Let's see. Is it not doing it? Cause okay, see, that's why. See, sampling is that is banging right there. That's it. And it's crazy because those patterns is almost like I don't know where the sample went, yo. That sounds like something. All right, chat. It's been freaking real.